the world's tallest skyscraper.
The Burj doesn't just break the world's tallest building record, it completely shatters it.
It has 160 floors and is twice as high as the Empire State Building.
Taipei 101 could stand beside it with the Eiffel Tower perched on top and still only just match the height of this one.
In the burning heat of the Arabian desert, something extraordinary is rising. A structure of glass and steel climbs higher every day, reaching for the clouds above Jeddah. Its shadow already touches the Red Sea, and soon it will swallow the Burj Khalifa whole. This isn't a dream. It's not a sketch or a concept. It's real, and it's happening right now. The world calls it the Jeddah Tower, the first skyscraper built to break the 1-kilometer barrier. But behind that concrete and glass lies something deeper, a story of ambition, failure, and rebirth, because this tower almost never made it. Construction stopped, investors fled, and for years it stood as a symbol of unfinished dreams. Then, against all odds, it returned, rebuilt stronger, smarter, and more daring than before. How did engineers turn sand, wind, and gravity into a tower that defies the sky itself? And what hidden force keeps it standing through heat, storms, and time? Stay till the end, because what keeps Jeddah Tower alive isn't just steel or money. It's a secret that could change how humanity builds the future. In 2011, Saudi Arabia decided to build something the world had never seen before, a tower taller than any other. It started as a simple idea in the city of Jeddah, but quickly became a national dream. The plan was to make it the center of a huge new area called Jeddah Economic City. It wouldn't just be a tall building, it would be a symbol of progress. Many people didn't believe it could happen. The heat, the sand, and the wind made building something this high seem impossible. But Saudi Arabia wanted to prove that it could do what others could not. The Burj Khalifa in Dubai had been the world's tallest tower, until now. This time Saudi Arabia wanted to go beyond it to show how far human hands could reach. What kind of vision could make a tower taller than the Burj Khalifa? The goal was simple: build a tower 1,000 meters tall and pass Dubai's 828-meter record. It was more than just a project. It was a race for pride between two cities that both wanted to lead the world. To make it real, Saudi Arabia chose Adrian Smith, the same architect who designed the Burj Khalifa. But this time, he didn't copy what worked before. He created something completely new. The tower had to face Red Sea winds, burning heat, and desert dust storms. Every part needed to survive nature's toughest tests. It wasn't about building taller. It was about building smarter, something that could stand for a century, not just a moment. So engineers started shaping the tower in a way no one had ever imagined before. The Jeddah Tower was created by architects Adrian Smith and Gordon Gill, partners at AS plus GG, the same minds behind some of the world's tallest landmarks. Their idea came from nature, not machines. They studied desert plants that bend, twist, and survive in the harsh Arabian heat and wind. The result was a tripedal, Y-shaped tower that twists as it rises into the sky. Every level slightly turns, helping the structure cut through strong Red Sea winds instead of resisting them. This shape isn't just for looks, it's engineering in motion. It makes the tower stable, light, and able to handle heat, sand, and pressure better than any straight design could. When sunlight hits it, the tower seems to glow and shift, almost as if it's breathing with the air. But can design alone truly defeat the wind? Let's see how this tower defies the air itself. The Jeddah Tower's design isn't just tall, it's smart. Its 3 wings are shaped like petals that spin gently as the tower rises, guiding the wind around the building instead of against it. This special twist stops something called vortex shedding, a dangerous wind pattern that can shake or even break tall towers. Every curve of the tower helps the air flow smoothly, keeping it stable even in the strongest Red Sea gusts. It doesn't try to fight the wind. It moves with it, like a dancer using rhythm instead of force. Each angle, each edge, was built with one goal: to survive where others would fail. But no shape stands without strength. So what kind of bones hold up this giant as it reaches for the sky? The secret rests deep inside the core. Most skyscrapers rely on steel frames, but the Jeddah Tower breaks that rule completely. Its strength comes from high-performance reinforced concrete walls, not steel. This special concrete is rated at 65 to 85 megapascals, stronger than granite rock. Each section is built to bend slightly, not break. allowing the tower to move safely with wind and heat. At its center stands a hexagonal concrete core, locked together with 3 wings that spread the tower's weight evenly. Instead of one area carrying all the pressure, every wall shares the load, making the entire structure stronger and lighter at the same time. It's a design that rewrites modern engineering, turning concrete from a simple material into a living support system. But even the hardest walls need a solid foundation. So what's buried beneath this giant, keeping it standing firm? Beneath the Jeddah Tower, an underground world of concrete and steel keeps the giant standing tall. The tower rests on a 5-meter thick raft slab, supported by 270 massive piles driven more than 100 meters deep into the ground. Designed by Thornton Tomasetti, this system locks the building into rock-hard desert sediments, holding the weight of an entire city block. It's like an invisible forest of pillars, carrying the pressure of a mile of sky above it. Each pile helps balance shifting soil, temperature changes, and wind movement thousands of feet higher. This isn't just strong, it's one of the deepest foundations ever built for a skyscraper. But the higher you go, the harder it gets. So the next challenge wasn't holding the tower up, it was moving people 1 kilometer up. The solution? Rewrite the elevator itself. Traditional steel elevator cables can't go higher than 500 meters. They become too heavy and dangerous to move. To solve this, engineers at Cone created Ultra Rope, a carbon fiber elevator system that's lighter, stronger, and faster than anything before. It cuts the weight of cables by 90%, allowing elevators to climb twice as high without strain. In the Jeddah Tower, these new elevators will carry passengers 660 meters in one smooth ride, straight to the world's highest sky terrace. It's like flying through a vertical city, rising past clouds and sunlight in seconds. These elevators don't just move, they fly. And at the top, beyond the wind and glass, lies something even more remarkable. Because up there, it's not just about views, it's a city above the clouds. The Jeddah Tower isn't just a skyscraper, it's a vertical city built into the clouds. Inside its walls will be a 4 Seasons hotel, luxury apartments, modern offices, and observation decks higher than any other on Earth. Thousands of people will live, work, and sleep above the desert, surrounded by glass and endless sky. It's more than architecture. It's a self-contained ecosystem designed for the future. Restaurants, parks, and sky bridges will replace streets, turning every level into a new neighborhood. It's a city that grows upward, not outward, a bold vision of what urban life could become. But even dreams this strong can stumble. The climb stopped once before, leaving the tower silent under the sun. What happened when the dream froze in 2018? In 2018, everything stopped. The Jeddah Tower, once a symbol of pride, fell silent as political troubles and contractor disputes brought construction to a standstill. Cranes froze mid-air, scaffolding gathered dust, and the desert wind slowly took back the site. For years, nothing moved. The world looked on and called it a failure. Another grand idea lost to time. What was meant to break the 1-kilometer barrier became a half-built monument to broken dreams. At night, lights from nearby roads reflected off the unfinished concrete like memories of what could have been. To many, the project was dead, but some still believed it was only sleeping. Because a dream this big doesn't die, it waits. And in 2024, something finally changed. In October 2024, hope returned to the Jeddah skyline. After 6 long years of silence, Kingdom Holding Company signed a $1.9 billion deal with the Saudi bin Laden Group to bring the Jeddah Tower back to life. The comeback was official. Cranes moved again, engines started. The sound of construction replaced the desert wind. For years, people thought the dream was gone, but it had only been waiting for the right moment. This wasn't just a restart. It was a rebirth, built on lessons from failure and powered by a nation's growing ambition. The Jeddah Tower was no longer a question mark on the horizon. It was a promise rising again, but the real test was just beginning. How high could it really go in 2025? By early 2025, the Jeddah Tower site came alive again. New cranes, workers, and heavy lifters filled the skyline where silence once ruled. Month by month, the tower began to climb, its glass, steel, and concrete rising back toward the clouds. By August 2025, construction had reached around the 69th floor, marking real progress after nearly a decade of delay. The world took notice. The race against the Burj Khalifa had started again, and this time Saudi Arabia was ahead. News cameras and drones watched every new level rise like a countdown to history. After years of doubt, the dream was alive, stronger than ever. But at this height, one question still remains. Can concrete really survive this long under so much pressure? With every new floor, the Jeddah Tower faces more weight, more wind, and more risk. Each level adds pressure not only to the structure, but to the people building it. Engineers test every pour of concrete, every cure cycle, and every bolt of rebar to make sure nothing fails. Under the burning Arabian sun, thousands of workers push through heat and fatigue, racing both the clock and gravity itself. Every day feels like a battle between human skill and natural limits. Yet the tower keeps rising, defying the wind, the weight, and every voice that once said, "Stop." It's more than a building now. It's a test of endurance. How does it keep standing in the Red Sea's brutal climate? The answer is written in its shadows. The Jeddah Tower was built to survive the Red Sea's heat and wind. Its outer walls have self-shading notches that block sunlight during the day and break the wind's force at night. Each curve of the tower helps lower the temperature inside, keeping it cool even under burning desert skies. It doesn't fight nature, it works with it. The tower seems to breathe with the desert, adjusting to the light, heat, and air like a living structure. It's not just an engineering project, it's a response to its land, shaped by the very climate that tried to stop it. But what does this tower truly mean for Saudi Arabia? The meaning goes beyond engineering. The Jeddah Tower is more than a record breaker. It's a symbol of Vision 2030, a plan to move Saudi Arabia beyond oil and into a new era. It shines as a beacon of ambition, showing how far the kingdom has come in just one generation. Every floor tells a story of innovation, resilience, and national pride. This project isn't about beating Dubai anymore. It's about rewriting destiny and proving that Saudi Arabia can lead the world in its own way. But the world still asks one question. Will it really surpass the Burj Khalifa? The final answer is coming at 1,000 meters. By 2025, engineers expect the Jeddah Tower to reach completion around 2028. A moment the world has waited for. When that day comes, the tower will rise beyond 1,000 meters, becoming the first building in history to touch that mark. It will finally pass the Burj Khalifa, ending a race that began more than a decade ago. What started as silence in the desert will end as a skyline reborn, showing that patience builds power and failure can rise again. No longer will the Burj Khalifa define the height of human ambition. That title will belong to Jeddah Tower. Its story isn't just about concrete and steel. It's about belief, endurance, and rebirth. But what made this miracle possible in the first place? The true secret of the Jeddah Tower isn't its concrete, its shape, or its elevators. It's the belief that height is no longer humanity's limit. For the first time, aerodynamics, material science, and vision came together to push beyond what the world thought possible. This tower doesn't just stand tall, it defies gravity itself. From frozen dreams to rising steel, it tells a story of rebirth, not just for Saudi Arabia, but for human imagination. The lesson is simple. Greatness isn't about how high we build, but how many times we rise after falling. Remember the question, how do you build taller than the Burj Khalifa? You start by believing the sky isn't high enough. When the Jeddah Tower finally opens, it won't just break a record. It will remind us that the next impossible dream has already begun. In the sands where empires once faded, a new one now rises, one floor at a time. The Jeddah Tower stands not just as a building, but as a promise. Proof that even the biggest dreams can survive time, doubt, and failure. It's more than an engineering project. It's a symbol of human ambition, showing how vision can outlast silence and how persistence can outbuild defeat. Each beam, each glass panel, each bolt tells the same story. Never stop reaching higher. If you love stories where architecture meets human courage, make sure to subscribe now, because more record-breaking wonders are already on the horizon. The age of limits is ending, and the race for the sky has only just begun. So tell us, do you think the Jeddah Tower will truly surpass the Burj Khalifa by 2028? Or will another nation take the crown first?